from Illinois, Ms. Underwood.
Secretary DeVos, hi. I want to focus on students with significant cognitive disabilities. Like all students with disabilities, they have the right to the same opportunities as their peers without disabilities. Unlike their peers, though, students with significant cognitive disabilities may need what's called an alternative assessment so they can access an education that allows them to fulfill their incredible potential. Research shows, though, that some kids' educational opportunities were being limited by the overuse of alternative assessments for students who didn't actually need them. So ESSA made an important fix by capping the number of students being tested with the alternative assessment. Now, knowing that states would need time to adjust to this new cap, Congress allowed for a waiver for this provision, and that was in 2015. I'm deeply concerned that now, in 2019, under your leadership, the department appears to be rubber stamping states' applications for these waivers and failing to be transparent. In the 2017 to 2018 school year, 23 states received waivers for at least 2 subject areas. Now, in their waiver application, states must include a plan and a timeline for improvement so that they can meet the cap requirement in the future. Secretary DeVos, I only have 5 minutes or 4 minutes now, so I'm just looking for a number, if you would. How many of those waiver applications have you made public?
Again, we've received 70 waivers. We have granted 52 of them.
Right.
And
how many have you made public?
Based on the regulations from the Obama administration.
So how many have you made public, ma'am?
When the waiver requests are decided upon, they go up onto the website. They're all available when they've been decided.
So the actual waiver,
We don't put the waiver request on the website prior to deciding whether it's going to be approved or denied.
Okay, so the actual waiver has not been made public. However, this transparency is critical. That's why the information is required. If parents can't be sure that their kids are getting the right assessments, they can't be sure that their kids are getting a good education that allows them to fulfill their full, amazing potential. Will you commit to making these waiver applications public, the actual application?
No, we are not going to use the website as a filing cabinet. We're going to put the waiver requests, once they have been decided, whether they're approved or denied, as we have, we will continue to do so.
Right, I understand your willingness to release the outcome. We're looking for the application.
No, we're not going to do that.
Okay, your staff is already committed to this in conversations with our committee and our committee staff. Why won't you commit to it here today?
Well, I will be happy to circle back with the staff, but we have not, as a matter of course, put the applications on the website, but only the decisions once they have been made.
Well, I'm just asking for simple transparency on something that's really at its core a civil rights issue that your agency is bound by law to implement. So I'm really disappointed to hear that outcome, ma'am, and we will be following up on it. My next question is about the waivers that the states must demonstrate substantial progress towards achieving each component of the prior year's plan and timeline for improvement. As of February 27th, when you most recently provided this information to the committee in writing, you had approved 6 states for waiver extensions for this school year, 2018 to 2019. Did those states demonstrate substantial progress towards improvement as required by law?
Again, we have in total received 70 waiver requests. 17 of them have been denied. 52 of them have been approved. Most of them have been around the 1% alternative assessment cap.
Well, what we're looking for, ma'am, is transparency and that these things be made public. There's no way for us to know if you're not willing to release that information publicly. The outcome on its own is not enough. How would stakeholders know if progress has been made given that these plans aren't public?
But they are made public. All of the waiver requests are made public once the decision has been made. It is all public.
I'm looking for the exact number of the waivers that you've approved this year for states that received waivers last year.
If you would like to submit a question for the record, I will be happy to follow up with the specific information that you've required, but I've tried to be accurate in the number of waiver requests we've received, what we have decided upon, and the fact that all of those requests have been put up on the website once the decision has been made.
Okay, we will be following up, but it seems to me if you're going to come and ask this committee for a certain number of dollars for the upcoming year, that this is a very reasonable question to be asked in this setting, ma'am. And so the punting toward the question for the record, I think, speaks to the transparency issue that we've been getting at this morning. Withholding this information does prevent families and educators and IEP teams, these individual education plan teams, from being able to make informed decisions about the education of students with disabilities. It violates students' civil rights. It violates morality, and it violates both the spirit and the letter of federal law. And students with disabilities deserve better. Thank you for holding this hearing, Mr. Chairman, and Secretary DeVos. I'll be following up. Thank you.
Thank you.